Katrina, welcome to Chongqing, the city where the buildings touch the sky and the metro runs through the apartments. Well, I can't wait to hear what surprised, amazed, and possibly confused you about this wild, futuristic, and sometimes slightly chaotic city.
Hello, Alex. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here. Really looking forward to sharing everything that I've learned about this amazing city.
Well, this is great. What was the most surprising thing about Chongqing that you didn't expect?
Yeah, I found that very interesting how you can go up an escalator or go down an escalator and you somehow still end up on the level floor. That blew my mind, how that's even possible.
Well, let's talk about food. Anything surprising that you've had here in this city, the hot pot city?
Well, I tried hot pot, but I also tried stinky tofu, which, yes, it smells just like the name. And for my Canadian taste buds, it did not go over well. Okay. Oh, I could barely even chew it. Yep, that was a tough one.
Well, now you're going to share that moment with us.
Oh my gosh, that is really, no, my gosh, that's so bad. I'm sorry. That's a 0 out of 10. It tastes like rotten tofu or like rotten pig skin. I don't know, but that's normal. If you love it, congratulations. I'm sorry, I cannot do the black tofu.
Well, you've been to 50 countries. Come on, Louisiana hot wings? Or is hot pot hotter than hot wings?
Oh, the hot pot is hot. Let me tell you, I've eaten a lot of hot food in my life, and this was the first time that I felt burning in my body after I finished a meal. I'm like, ooh, it's warm inside. And that's from all those chilies I ate.
Well, I look forward to seeing this clip.
All right, my first Chongqing hot pot experience was so good, super spicy. Only cried a couple times when that spice hit the back of my throat, but I really enjoyed it. I am so full right now. Nice to be here at a time where it's just quiet. We just enjoy the slow pace of cooking our food, and yeah, perfect lunch.
Imagine the locals actually not having it once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times a week.
Yeah.
This is a good market for antacids.
Yes,
that's
it's
for sure.
so true.
The local cuisine, any dish that really kind of stood out besides hot pot?
I've had so many things that it's hard for me to narrow it all down. I feel like I've taken a lot in since I've been here.
Talk about noodles, I remember that.
The noodles were really good. Actually, you know what I loved?
Yeah.
My favorite dish here was I had breakfast the other day in the vegetable street, and it was a rice soup. And the rice was even blended so that it was more of porridge, and it was so delicious. I loved the rice soup.
Now, if you could describe Chongqing in 3 words, what would that be?
3 words: mega, futuristic, and magical.
Oh, that's interesting. So I get the mega spot, I get the futuristic spot. What's magical?
Well, as soon as those lights come on at night, and it's a completely different world here. You have lights on the bridges, lights on the buildings. Everything just feels so magical, and it's all orchestrated that the lights are changing at different times. You feel like you're in a different world.
Well, let's take a look.
I am on a little evening stroll through Chongqing, but this is mind-blowing. As I'm standing here looking at this view of the city, poof, it's incredible. Guys, we're coming up to the riverbank. There's actually 2 rivers that happen to meet. It's called Jialing and Yangtze. These are the 2 rivers that meet together. By the river, as you can see, there's so many people here, and they take in the light show. But look at this, you can see how popular it is here. So they're literally just enjoying and taking it in. This is wow.
You know what's wild? It's my second time in China. My first time was just a couple months ago, and I already feel at home here. The people are so friendly, welcoming, and warm. It makes everything feel so big and you're so small. It was really apparent that everyone really appreciates the lifestyle here. Look, there's so many people by the river right now. And from what I'm told, this happens on a daily basis. The riverbanks get full of people, and on the weekends. So you could come out in the evening and you have nothing to worry about. Life feels so full here and rich in so many ways. So it just makes your life rich.
the lights inspire people here in China to actually come out and ignite the night economy here. And the night economy are, the average person selling products, maybe some of the shops open. Has our country of Canada, have we lost that excitement for the nighttime? What's it like back home?
To be honest, yeah, I really think we have. And I mean, at night, it feels a lot more dangerous in Canada because it is more dangerous in Canada. And unless there's a big event like a concert or a festival, there's not really a lot going on at night unless you're going to go for dinner somewhere.
And I mean, what does it cost to go to dinner in the downtown area of cities nowadays in Canada?
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you're going to go you and one other person for a minimum dinner with one cocktail, easily 100 Canadian dollars.
Just like that, huh? Wow. So it's more of a luxury to go out and eat now.
Absolutely.
Memories of home.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you've been around this, you said mega, futuristic. Does that remind you of the transit system here? Like, what are your thoughts on Chongqing's public transit? You've seen it. Your thoughts of that?
In the beginning, it was mind-boggling, and I was wondering, am I even gonna be able to take this? Like, how am I gonna find my way anywhere? Look at this map, they're everywhere. But it's actually so well organized. So once I just learned the basics of how these lines work and the colors, it's super simple to figure out, and it's so cheap. And there's, I think, over 300 stations.
Yeah, there's a lot of stations.
Yeah. If I'm gonna compare this to Calgary, you got the C train, which goes maybe in 2 directions, and that's it.
Yeah, we talk about the SkyTrain and the monorail here. Almost all components are now made here in China. Now, you mentioned cyberpunk. I mean, many people say that Chongqing is a cyberpunk city. Do you agree? And if you do agree, any specific places that made you feel this way?
In a sense, I do agree, because with the lights and the different payment system and even the metro, it really is futuristic and cyberpunk-like. So I think that's a very fitting name for it. I didn't think about it a lot before I got here. I'd heard that nickname for it, but once I've come here and experienced it for myself, yes.
Now some people say, well, cyberpunk, it's supposed to be dystopian. It's supposed to be, bombed out buildings, burned out. I mean, you think, is that a reflection of it?
You want to be what's so funny? I actually had to Google about cyberpunk just to make sure I was getting it correct in my mind, because I also in the beginning had that type of thought in my mind, but then once I researched it a bit and I seen that it is meant to be more about how advanced everything is and with the lights and all this, I was like, oh, that makes sense, yes.
Now, how did you find the cost of living in Chongqing compared to other places? I mean, you've been to 50 countries, Patrina. I mean, you give us your insights. I mean, is this a very expensive city to travel to? Is it cost effective?
This is not expensive at all. To be honest, Africa is more expensive to travel in than Chongqing. And, if you're gonna rent a place in Africa, for instance, if I rented an apartment for the same price in Africa that I would rent here in Chongqing, it would be night and day difference. It would not be luxury, it would not be anything. You'd be getting very basic. Whereas here, for the same cost, you're gonna get luxury.
Let's have a look at some of our adventures through the city. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm Elaine from Cindy Real Estate.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. I'm Katrina. In luxury standard, what level of luxury would this be? Would this be top 1%?
Like top 10.
Top 10?
Yes,
Sure.
top 10. Yes.
I mean, it's beautiful when you walk in, you can see that.
yeah. A monthly rent for this apartment would be like 7,000.
$1,000 US.
Yeah.
That's insane.
How big is it though?
Yeah, this is a 3-bedroom apartment.
This is really mind-blowing because $1,000, for instance, it's like 1,300 Canadian. You wouldn't even get a bachelor suite for that price. And here in Chongqing, you're getting top 10 luxury apartment. It's absolutely shocking. My mind is blown today. And for a starting point, say someone's coming out of university and they're looking for their first apartment, what would be a price range starting point?
Around 1,500.
1,500?
Yes, RMB.
So that is $207 US.
Yeah.
You couldn't even rent a bedroom in Canada for that price.
Really?
You would be paying For just renting a bedroom in Canada, easily $1,000 for a bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the cost of living is completely different.
It's interesting because, you know, in the Western countries right now, people are pretty much stuck in a box. And I mean that rhetorically as well. Some people compare, you know, living in Canada, if you want to live in the central business district, kind of like what we see just behind us here, that's going to cost you 3,000 Canadian dollars for one bedroom minimum, right? And hopefully you get it right. Hopefully you have a great landlord. Hopefully you can get that apartment even if it's available. But, you know, if you were to live in Chongqing, you know, what kind of lifestyle do you think you would have here?
Well, actually, I feel like I would have a very high lifestyle because I would have a nice apartment, and for minimal cost, I would be able to be active. There's so many gyms and everything. There's great food. You can also find healthy food here, which is very important to me. I think my quality of life would be 10 times higher here than in Canada.
This might be the healthiest meal I've had since I've been in China. This is very similar to how I would eat in Canada, so I'm so happy. But for all of this, like 2 salads, boiled eggs, 2 green juices, this came to $17 US. In Canada, I mean, just 1 salad alone would cost that.
Yeah, this is pretty phenomenal, you guys.
Yeah, and self-care is a lot more accessible here. I tried Chinese massage. I even got cupping, and I couldn't believe that was all in the same cost as just the massage. In Canada, you'd be doing all these add-ons, and suddenly you're gonna spend $200 or $300 on this service. Here, you book a massage and you can get your ears cleaned, you can get cupping, you can get gua scraping up your back, and it's all included.
Well, now you're going to share that moment with us.
It's very interesting. I'm glad that I didn't ask like too many details about what it feels like before I did this. It's better to go in not knowing. It's so crazy.
The massage was amazing. The hot stone was such a nice touch in the bag because they roll it on your body. Okay, it's a really relaxing way to use hot stones. And then I got the cupping, which was wild. It was intense, it was painful, it was hot, it was a lot of things all combined into one.
I want to talk to you about a few things. We met up with a few people here locally, some international YouTubers and influencers, and we all got together and we shared some ideas about our travels. I haven't actually met some of the influencers that come to town that went out at night the other night.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Well, we had some live music. I was shocked at just how talented the musicians are here, very talented. And after that, I went to a party street that has a bunch of nightclubs. And the nightclubs are a lot different than Canada. I mean, everyone, again, is very well-mannered, and
So basically, we're told we can join them in the party. We're not told go home.
yeah,
It's
no,
time for bed. Go watch Netflix.
everyone's trying to pull you in, and everyone's like, come in here, no, come in here. So you are having a hard time deciding where to go because everyone wants you to come into their place.
So nightlife does exist in China.
It does. Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm interested to know what nightlife is like here in Chongqing. Actually happen to have another YouTuber friend, Mikel Ponte.
Hello everyone.
He knows all about nightlife here in Chongqing, and he's gonna share it all with us.
I lived in the city for a few months, maybe even more than a few, and trust me, it's very nice when you're a foreigner because often there are people that do invite you, so you're gonna have the total local experience. It's not even comparable to your Canadian prices or American.
Right.
Special place. We're gonna have a live music.
Ooh, go! I'm excited. Let's do this, guys.
Sure.
Come on in.
Now, did you have any interesting or funny encounters with the people in the city? I mean, we see it in our recent vlog. People love, even if they're not on camera, they want to be on camera.
Definitely, yes. People are more than happy to be in videos, which I love because it always adds to my experience as well. And WeChat, everyone wants your WeChat. So you meet someone for just a couple minutes and they're like, deal WeChat, let's exchange WeChat. So I could see that if I spent some time here, I would have a very big WeChat list of friends. It is funny, things do get lost in translation. The other day I went to the food court and I wanted to know what kind of meat was inside a little meat bun. And so I was using the translator, and when it came through, when I asked them what kind of meat it was, it came through as squirrel. I'm like, okay, I don't think it's squirrel, but okay, sure, I'm gonna try the squirrel, please.
Yeah, definitely not on the menu in Canada,
Nope.
especially from the provinces within central Canada, for sure. You know, if someone was planning a first trip to Chongqing, you know, what kind of advice would you give them now that you've experienced the city? And, you know, how was visiting, you know, Chongqing change your perception of China?
I would say bring an extra suitcase because there's a lot of good shopping here. And it's very cheap because this is where so many things are made. So definitely be prepared to shop till you drop.
Well, let's take a look.
Here's the thing about being in this area with all of these places to buy all these clothes. This is what happens because it is so cheap to buy things here because it's like direct from the distributors and manufacturers. So everything is super cheap, very good quality. So I have all these bags. I can't even tell you the last time I've had this many shopping bags on my arm. I feel like I went on a complete, well, I did go on a complete shopping spree and kind of feeling like a brand new woman right now.
Try some of the local food. Definitely you need to try the hot pot. Yes, your stomach will be on fire, but yes, it's probably gonna be one of the most delicious things you've ever had. And the lights, I can't stop talking about the lights.
Thank you very much. And, you know, there's a stereotype of China in, I would say, a lot of Western societies. People have this stereotype.
When I first came here a couple months ago for the first time, I knew nothing about China other than what I had heard in Western media as well. And so when I had decided I'm coming to China, everyone back home was telling me, be careful, and I can't believe you're going to China. And I was even afraid. I'm like, okay, all I know is what I've seen on the news and what people are telling me. So maybe it is scary, but I'm gonna go find out. And it has completely transformed my whole perception. And now I'm just excited to share with the world that it is not anything of what the Western world thinks it is.
So what's next for your channel? You're going to be touring around China for a bit. Where are you taking your channel? What's going on with it?
Well, I'm gonna keep going on incredible adventures, and my channel is coming with me everywhere I go. From here, I'm gonna pop to South Korea, and then I'm still deciding between Philippines, Pakistan, but I'm definitely coming back to China very soon because I feel like I've only just skimmed the surface. So if anyone's been enjoying my China content, get ready because there's going to be a lot more coming.
Well, everyone, you can see Patrina's page below in our description. I want to thank you again for spending the lovely time in our city of Chongqing. You're always welcome back, and we look forward to seeing your videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye-bye.